Hello and welcome to the wonderful world of old sheet music. I'm your host Nicholas Carroll. Tonight I'm looking at Serenata by Joaquin Malats, who is a Spanish composer from Barcelona. He lived in the 1800s, late 1800s, died in like 1912 approximately. And this particular edition of this piece is from 1941. So this was put out after his death. This is edited by someone named Paul Kay. And partially that probably is a transcription in that this was originally a kind of a classical guitar piece, which makes sense being Spanish, that they likely calibrated to be a piano piece. On the back we have a list of new music of contemporary composers by the Edward B. Marks Corporation in the RCA building in Radio City Music Hall. So it says that here at the bottom. So that's kind of an interesting thing that's where the publisher was. And this particular one was purchased at Axelrod Music. I know it got dark when I put that close. By Axelrod Music in Providence, Rhode Island, 251 Wabazit Street. So that was not local to where I live, but that's where this was purchased and somehow made its way down here to southwestern Pennsylvania. So let's see what this sounds like on piano. So that is Serenata. My only real critique of this is mostly of the transcription rather than the piece itself. There's a lot of grace notes and staccato notes that are more than an octave. And sometimes even if there's a sustained tie note in the left hand and then other staccato notes in the left hand, which is not possible to play easily on a piano, because if you use too much pedal, even if you use the sostenuto pedal, which you can try that, you could do that, but it wouldn't work well for some of the instances in there. So basically it's because it was originally for multiple guitars probably, rather than a single solo piano. So you can't, you know, if you have a sostenuto pedal, which I do because I have a grand piano, but the general practice is not to do that. I can do that, but you can still hear it's echoing a little bit even with the sostenuto pedal. So you can't really emulate that super well on a piano to do that. You know, they should have cut out like 1 or 2 notes and then you could do it. You know, you could do this. That way you have your sustained note that's going on with your staccato notes that are going on top of it, and it doesn't ruin the staccato notes. But instead they had stuff like this, and then you're supposed to do this staccato note. So it just, common practices don't do that anymore because a lot of people don't have sostenuto pedals, and even if you do, some of them, like mine, don't work perfectly. And I have a good piano. It's not like I have a bad piano. I have a Yamaha Grand. It's not a bad piano, but sostenuto pedals are imperfect, unless, you know, maybe you have a 9-foot concert Steinway that it's perfectly maintained. So most transcribers don't do things like that. So that's my 2 cents.